You need a body to go because
And to
someone's
score.
tired.
And to score. Like you could put him out there on power play.
Yeah.
He finishes.
Well, I was saying the same thing about Lacasse. He finishes. He finishes.
Then you got Echeverria, Nogues, Crema.
Yeah.
Watt is up there in points per game, but
No.
Babcock, Bush, Hekia.
Yeah.
Hekia is so good.
So because you said
Koji, but like, would you put Koji and Nogues? They're not. They're scoring, but they're not decades. See.
because here's the thing. That's 9. If your thing is 12, what other 3 are you putting on? Because that's 9 for sure.
Well, it's 8, so you'd add 4 more. That's got the goalie.
Oh yeah, I'm counting the goalie after. But from the holes.
Berger, no question.
You do McLean?
Pardon?
McLean?
No. You do Carter Berger, no question.
Yeah, so that's 9.
Put Durrell on there. Yeah, ruined the vibe, but he's there for.
I personally do because of his shooting, but
He didn't score last night or the other night.
I think you just need high-level skills is the thing, though.
You probably put 3 of the Villiers.
You put Cade?
Just
or Caleb? But do you do Cade or Caleb? I go Cade because of the aggressiveness.
Yeah.
You need that little disturber.
Probably go with 10 Carter.
But right, like I go Cade over Caleb, but I'm like, how do you also not put Caleb on there? How do you just not go all 4 Villiers? Like how do you not? You know what I mean? And what about Garb? Do you leave Garb off?
Yeah.
All his experience though?
You might put him on just for that. That's like the 12th guy. Actually, you would.
Right?
Put him on just
all that experience.
You'd put him on just the way.
I think it would be a really good game. Is what? Yeah. Because I think that'd be a really good game. The top AB versus the top BC. And I think that'd be a fantastic game. Good for you, man. Good for you. Say it. Good for you. They're on the wrong side every game. What? And we are ready for our loser bracket quarterfinal. Winner of this will play the Cobras for a spot in the finals. Passed over to Mitten. Trying to go to Gibson, unable to. Elijah Villio battling in the corner. There, Jima. Can't control the puck. Now over to Johnson. Back over to Mitten. as he walks in on the near side. Trying to go between his legs, going to lose control of the puck, and it's taken away. But now it's over to Johnston. And he turns, fires, and almost turns it over. Now it's over to Chima. Chima coming down the near side. Turning the puck over. And it's back behind the net for the White Foxes. They quickly try to move it ahead. Over to Johnston. Drops it for Bush. Bush to the backhand in front. Babin makes the save, loose puck. Back to Bush, shooting, blocked in front. Bush again to the backhand. Stopped by Babin again, loose puck bends in the air, it floats in the net. He just passed it to himself. He didn't close it. It's kind of a swat. I thought it was more of a swat. Away comes Elijah Villio now with a long shot on Luda, and it's going to go wide. Up. Over to Cade Villio. To Chima. Around for Cade Villio. Sorry, Elijah Villio. Now to Cade Villio. Back to Elijah Villio. Anderson. Goes out wide. Throws it across for Chima. Chima. To Anderson. Back to Chima. To Elijah Villio. Fakes the slap shot. Sends it down to Anderson, lets it go. It's going to go wide over to Cade Villio. Back over to Elijah Villio. To Anderson. Anderson drops it to Chima. Chima out wide. Across for Elijah Villio. Let's go of a shot, just misses on the rebound. Anderson can't tuck it away on a great looking chance. Off the faceoff, Garb can't control. What? Now it's over to Johnston. Walks in with a high shot. May have gone off the shoulder of Babin. Back the other way. Cade Villio overskates the puck. Now it's picked up. Trent trying to pick it up in the corner. Mitten sends it around for Johnson. Garb takes the deflection pass. Garb to Trent Villio. Across, Cade Villio scores! Am I crazy or is Vertanen not here? Okay, she has him checked in. And that's what I'm trying to call a game and figure out who's hearing. One back over to Trent Villio. Cross to Cade Villio, down in the corner now. In front, Garb to misses the tap-in. Now Mitten, and he comes. Walks in around, turns the puck over. Away comes Matt Garb. Garb lets it go. Luda makes the save, knocks the puck into the corner, back to Garb. Garb around for Cade Villio. Back to Garb. Let's go of a shot. Tipped in front by Carrier and scores. Yeah, this is the update of what she has right now. Who's playing. Is Riley Carrier. It's picked up there by Trent Villio. Now over to Nick Braun, who steals it from Trent Villio. Tries to go between his own legs. Chima takes away the broken pass. Chima in, shoots. Luda with a pad save and kicks it out for the whistle. Off the face-off, Blazers win the draw. It's still 1-1. Sorry, correction, 2-1 in the last goal. Over to Chima. Chima's pass off the stick of Gibson, and it's going to be over to Elijah Villio. Now to Chima, who has a step. Chima in, shooting Luda with a big save. Braun. Now Kim has the puck. Kim sends it down to the near side. Back for Gibson. Now to Braun. Nick Braun sends the puck all the way around. Kim was waiting for it. Now away comes Garb. Garb with speed, around, shoots wide. Now to Carrier. Back for Elijah Villio. Cade Villio. Let's go of a long shot, tipped and scores. Garb on the deflection. 3-1 for the Blazers. Over to Cade Villio. 7 minutes into the first. It's 3-1 for the Blazers. Over to Carrier. Across. Trent Villio now has it. Gives it down to Carrier. Back to Trent Villio. Comes on the left side as his pass turned over to Johnson. Trying to go up to Mitten. Mitten. Now back to Trent Villio. Trying to go between. Kicked it up over to Garb. Garb. Let's go of a shot, and it's saved on the line by Luda. Chima on the draw. Now it's Minton behind his own net. Gives it up over to Johnson. As he walks in on Babin. Let's go have a shot in Babin. Kicks it out. And it's quickly moved ahead. Up to Chima. Chima walks into the backhand. And it's going to be up and out of play on the faceoff. Will stay inside the Fox's zone to the near side with exactly 9 minutes remaining in the period. Minton behind his own net. Now it's over to Johnson. Up to Minton. Backhand pass. Now over to Babcock. Babcock drops it for Minton. Minton, let's go of a high shot. Puck stays in play on the rebound. It can't be tapped at. Now over to Elijah Villio. As Elijah now has the puck as he drives in. Gets held a bit to the backhand. Can't tuck it away. Not sure how there was no call there. Now it's quickly backhanded to Babcock. Babcock with a high shot scores. Beats the glove of Babin. It's 3-2. White Foxes get away with one. And that with 8 minutes to go, we'll go into our goalie break. .806 remaining here in the first. It is 12 shots for the Blazers, 7 for the White Foxes in a 1-goal game. And quickly, here comes Trent Villiers over to Chima. Shooting, oh, what a great save there by Luda. Minton's blind pass rolls its way to Johnson. Now it's left for Bush. Bush to the backhand. Trying to walk in front. Babin knocks it away to Cade Villio. Now to Anderson. What a pass to Bush. Around. Scores. Deeks around Babin, and the game is tied at 3. Over to Elijah Villio. Finds Carrier. Slowly is Elijah as he gives it across over to Trent. Back to Elijah. Elijah controls at the top of the point. 6:40 to go in the first. Watch by Gibson. Elijah pulls away from Gibson. around the net. Backhands it all the way for Trent to go back. It's now pushed ahead. Away comes Trent Villio. Drops it for Elijah Villio. Takes a high stick that's going to get called. Babin to the bench for the extra attacker. Elijah Villio. Over to Trent Villio. Sends it down for Garb. Garb's pass is blocked, but it can't get touched by the White Foxes. So Elijah has it. Across to Trent. Trent pulls away, in, shoots, blocked in front, ricochets across, over to Garb, Garb over to Elijah Villio, back over to Anderson, down to for Trent Villio, back for Elijah Villio, walks, shoots, blocked, comes over to the near side though, White Foxes still can't gather, Cade Villio, over to Elijah Villio, across. Once again, the White Foxes can deflect the puck, they can't gain control though. Now Cade Villio. Long shot blocked. Across. Back. Over to Garb and scores. White Foxes kept getting a stick on it, but they couldn't gain control. Great job by our officials not blowing play dead there, allowing the Blazers to continue to play with the extra attacker, and they go up 4-3 with 5:10 to go in the first. Now it's back for Babcock in his own zone. Watched by Chima. Babcock again pulls behind his own net, patiently waiting as the clock winds down. It's left behind the net for Owen Kim. Kim drops to Babcock. Babcock up over to Braun. Braun trying to go to Kim. It's taken away. Now in comes Trent Villio. Trent sends it across to Anderson. Let's go for a shot. It's ricocheting into the corner. Trent Villio. Trying to throw it in front over to Chima. Knocked away. Babcock with a great job battling along the wall to win the battle, but loses control of the puck now. Bouncing puck. Kim settles it down. Now it's moved over to Bolkin. Pushed ahead for Braun. Back to Bolkin to take the pass. Bolkin on the right wing. Long shot. Wide. Comes to the near side. Cade Villio. All the way across for Trent Villio. Trent with a little fake. Pulls the puck away. Now Trent and Chima on a 2-on-1. Chima loses it into his skates. Quickly back the other way. Nick Braun. Into the near wall. Pounced on by Chima and Anderson. Now it's loose for Cade Villio behind his own net. Patiently waits as some of his team changes. On comes Elijah Villio. Now with speed. Away comes Elijah Villio. Gives it across to Garb. Now to Chima. Taken away. Quickly, White Foxes back down the right wing. In front. Garb with a bit of a slash on Bush. That's going to get called by the back official. They're going to call the interference. Over Johnson. Long shot, scores! 11 seconds in on the power play. Now it's Carrier. Let's go of a shot there. Doesn't get through. Now Foxes have it behind their own net. Johnson. Does a good job coming into the near side. Drops it back for Minton with 2 minutes to play. Back for Johnson. Now Cade Villio, watched by Bush. Cade takes it behind his own net and is able to pull away from Bush. And away comes Cade Villio, shaking out the hand. Off the post! Now Anderson also takes a slash on the shin pads that goes uncalled. In front, Johnson. Now over to Minton. Over to Johnson. Back behind the net, throws it in front. It's given away. Minton fights, controls the puck as we're in the last minute of play of the first. In front, down low, scores! Blazers get hosed. Shouldn't have been a goal. Blazers get hosed on 2 non-calls. And the White Foxes capitalize on their luck of the refs and go up 5-4. With a minute to go in the first. Back for Minton. Back for Johnson. Leaves it for Minton, and Minton now has space to skate. Away comes Fraser Minton. Down the right wing. Leaves it for Balkin. Over to Johnson. Trying to get around Elijah Villio and can't. Loose puck though. Long shot. Knocked it away. Might have got off the piece of Babin. 25 seconds to go. Left for Gibson. Gibson. Around. Can't get a clean shot away at net. Elijah Villio picks up. Has 10 seconds to go with. He has great speed. Up to Anderson. Anderson drives. Shoots. Stopped by the glove of Luda. Anderson on the rebound shoots. And that'll do it for the first. After 17 minutes, it is the White Foxes 5 and the Blazers 4. We'll be back after the intermission. And we are back for our second period here in the losers quarterfinals. Winner of this moves on to play the Cobras to decide who goes to the championship to face the Grizzlies. Loser of this season is done. Now it's Carrier. Over to Trent Villio. Back to Elijah Villio. Elijah can't control the puck as it's chopped off his stick. Trent Villio sends it across. Now Elijah Villio. Matt Garb shoots. Gonna go wide. Looking for the deflection in front from Carrier. Now it's Gibson into the near side. Plays it up over for Braun. Takes the puck into the corner, but Trent follows him. And it's almost turned over. And it is. Garb has it. There's going to be a penalty. It's going to go against the Foxes. And it's touched up. Slashing is being called, and the White Foxes are not happy with that call. Not sure what the White Foxes are complaining about as they've had the luck of the refs. Blazers control off the faceoff, and they're on the power play. Elijah Villio. Sends it down, gets the return feed. Elijah Villio steps in, drops it off for Anderson. Back to Elijah Villio. Elijah gets around, feeds it across. Saved there by Luda on Anderson. Anderson does a great job in the corner. Comes away with the puck. Gives it over to Elijah. Throws it in front. Anderson tips it in. What a pass by Elijah Villio. And it's 5-5, 2 minutes into the second period. Johnson pulls away. Long shot off the post. Puck comes over to the near side. It's Carrier for the Blazers as he pulls it around. And he's able to skate it ahead with a nice pass across. Now it's Cade Villio over to Trent Villio, trying to pull it between his legs. Now Minton just gets the puck up off the wall, trying to spring Babcock. But Cade Villio back in his own zone with the puck. Leaves it for Trent. Now over to Chima. Arjun Chima looks to go for a skate. Feeds it across. Trent Villio in, across. Cade Villio rips it wide. He had a whole open net. Riley Anderson, who has the tying goal, sends it back for Cade Villio. Garb replaces Chima. Carrier replaces Anderson. Now Trent Villio. Trying to go to Carrier. Pass is blocked. Babcock squeezed his hand on the puck, it looked like. Now to Minton. Johnson. Minton comes in, around, tries to wrap around. Shooting on Babin, and Babin across and holds for the whistle. Over to Minton. Back for Johnson. 4 minutes into the second in. Shooting on Babin. And he makes the save for the whistle. Back over to Kim. Gibson has it in his own zone on the far side. Drops it back for Owen Kim. Kim stops behind his own net and looks to regroup. Feeds it up over to Shea Bush. Bush leaves it behind his own net. White Foxes just patiently keeping control of the puck as they look for an opening, as they're being outshot 21-12 right now. But it is a tie game here at 5 apiece. Over to the near side. Now up over to Bush. Bush tries to walk in and just puts the backhand wide. Chima steals the puck from Kim, but Gibson comes in to help out Kim. That'll tie it behind the net. White Foxes are able to pull away. Gibson pushes the puck ahead for Shea Bush. It's around the net. Blazers picking up the puck and they try to go up over to Garb. And then it's stolen now. Elijah Villio in by himself. Villio around. Scores! Luda tried to also throw his glove and blocker, it looks like. Blazers lead 6-5, 11 minutes to go, and away comes Fraser Minton. Has space, wakes the slap shot, looks for the deflection, doesn't find it. Had an opening on the near side, Babcock, let's go for a shot, Babin down, makes a save, loose puck, scrambling around. And it comes over to the near wall. Trying to push it ahead. Cade Villio working in on Babcock. Cade Villio goes crashing into the wall. Babcock comes over with the puck with a quick stretch pass over to Owen Kim. Kim to the backhand. Poke check by Babin. Kim goes over Babin's stick, and the Foxes are yelling for a tripping penalty. that they're not going to get. Now Chima comes in, floats it across for Vilio. Elijah on the far side. Sends it down to the behind the net. Over to Elijah Vilio. Now to Trent Vilio, who has space. Trent to Chima. Chima sends it across. Looks for Anderson on the deflection. He was wide open on the back door. Babcock back the other way. Finds Minton. Minton has Anderson draped on over him. Anderson was trying to get a penalty as he says that his stick was being held. Back to Johnson. Anderson does a great job tying up the stick. Now away comes Elijah Villia with speed. Gets free. Elijah scores! What a move by Elijah Vilio to get free with great speed and just tuck it past Luda. Off the draw, Blazers control the faceoff. Elijah, up over to Carrier. Now it's played ahead, on to Minton. Minton in, long shot, Babin makes the save for the whistle. Okay, keep your head up, watch on with Cade and Elijah. Watt's always the one who started with them is why. Yeah, just because I know Watt always starts it with those two. It says it's cleared, but it looks like traffic is still bad because of all the backup, probably.
Yeah, which makes sense.
But like, it says it's cleared now, though.
Yeah, so
And we are back from our water break with 8:52 remaining in this game. One team's season is on the line. The loser is done. Now it's passive over to Babcock. Babcock, watched by Cade Vilio. And now Babcock down with the puck under him. Cade digging away at it. Coming in to help out is Carrier. Digging away at it. The Fox is coming with the puck. Watt tries to feed it ahead. Pass too far in front. Over to Minton. To Johnson. Back to Minton. Trying to go to Bush, pass to behind Bush. Bush has to go back to collect. And it looks like from behind the play, troublemaker Ryan Watt and Trent Villio are both going to get minors. It looks like they're both going to get 4-minute penalties. Probably just taking them off the floor. Coincidental minors to Ryan Watt and Trent Villio. And I think the White Foxes will take that trade all day long. And referee Dylan Williams gave both Trent and Watt 4-minute double minors. Now Anderson turns the puck over. It's tied up along the near wall. Blazers coming with the puck as they try to throw it across to the far side. And now they have the space. Away come the Blazers. Trying to go across. Bouncing puck rolls right to Luda as the pass from Cade was intended for Anderson. Now in with speed. Kim in with a shot. It's going to deflect and goes behind the net. Owen Kim still controls. And then that's going to be a penalty. Kim goes down into the corner. And they're going to call trip. And that's on Cade Villio. Johnson. So a big power play here for the White Foxes as they trail by 2 with 6 minutes to go. Over to Minton. Johnson lets it go. Babin across, makes the save, swats the puck away. Back over to Minton. Johnson. Scores! .5:58 to go in a 1-goal game. Can the White Foxes tie this one up, or can the Blazers hold on? And away comes Owen Kim. Down the right side, trying to go back to Bush. Cade Villio out of the box from that penalty he took to allow the Foxes to have a power play goal. Chima does a fantastic job. Gets held, I should say, and now they're going to call it. They let it go for a minute. And they're going to call the hook. 5:23 to go, a 2-minute power play for the Blazers to try to regain their 2-goal lead. Anderson, Cade Villio, stopped by Luda. Babcock tries to backhand it down. Villio, Elijah knocks it out of the air. Now over to Cade Villio, back over to Elijah Villio. Cade Villio, lets it go. Off the post. Anderson on the right wing. Cade Villio over to Elijah. Trying to go to Anderson. Shooting wide. Elijah. 1:20 to go in the power play. Elijah Villio. Over to Matt Garb. Garb across. Over to Cade Villio. Shoots high. It's blocked and cleared all the way down. A minute to go in the power play. Pass up ahead over to Garb. Cade Villio. Let's go with a high shot. Puck stays in play and wraps all the way around. 45 seconds to go in the power play. 4 minutes to go in the game. Elijah Villio drops in. Drops the puck off to Anderson. Gets the return feed on the right wing. Elijah, little head fake. To Anderson, back to Villio, shooting, saved by Luda, and then Garb can't put it away on the rebound. And the White Foxes send the puck all the way down. Babin sends it up to the near wall. Johnson steals. Feeds it to Gibson. Finds Minton, shooting, saved by Babin. Babcock turns the puck over. Chima has it. Trying to spring carrier. Gibson knocks it out of the air on a great stick handling play, or hand-eye, I should say. Chima has it. Overskates the puck. It's flipped up in the air and just put wide. Now around for Chima. Minton steals the puck. Over to Gibson. Gibson backhand scores! And with 3 minutes to go, the Foxes tie the game. And both Trent Villio and Ryan Water out of the box. We'll see how this one goes. Trent goes right onto the floor after sitting the last 4 minutes. He's going to be rested. He might play the last 3 minutes. Blazers win the draw. It's back to Chima. Over, across. Cade Villio to Chima. Chima to the right wing. Gets held. That's going to be a penalty. Johnson's going to take a penalty. Gibson touches up, and a penalty coming up. White Foxes are not happy again. They've been complaining all game long. 2:42 to go. A massive power play coming for the Blazers. Tie up on the draw. Foxes win it, and they push it ahead. It's Owen Kim shorthanded. Kim throws it across, trying to go to Minton. Puck's pushed ahead, and it's going to be back inside the zone of the Blazers and moved over to Trent. Quickly up ahead to Cade. Cade, let's go for a shot, just going wide, short side. Trent has it. 1:30 to go in the power play. Passed over to Chima. Chima walks in on the near wing. Cade Villio, sharp angle shot. And Luda somehow gets across to get a piece of it. 1:59 to go. 1:18 to go in the power play. Tie up on the draw. One back to Elijah Villio. Cade Villio. Elijah. Down to the right side, I believe it's Anderson there. Back to Elijah. Fakes. Anderson shoots. Luda across. Save. Garb on the rebounds. Denied. .45 seconds to go in the power play. 1:30 to go in the game. Loser goes home. Winner goes on to play. The Cobras. Elijah in. Shoots. Scores. Just like that. It's too easy for him. .118 now to go. And the White Foxes are going to use their timeout with 1:18 to go, so we'll step away. But it looks like they don't. They are. Do you start with the goalie pulled if you're White Foxes? In do or die game though? .118 to go. Let's see how this one ends. Can the White Foxes tie this game? Bush and Garb getting into it on the draw. Blazers control the draw and they push it ahead. Carrier right into the attacking zone. Gibson behind the net. Controls. Luda slowly goes to the bench. Last minute of play. 8-7 for the Blazers. In comes Johnson. Swaps with Minton. Johnson lets it go. Blocked by Cade Villio into the corner. Cade Villio just sends the puck all the way down. Minton has to go back. 35 seconds to go. Here comes Minton. Around, shoots, blocked in front. Puck sent down. 15 seconds to go. Minton again picks up the puck. He has to hurry. The champs are on the heels of elimination. Minton fakes it. Babcock scores! 7.6 seconds. John Babcock ties the game. The champs have not quit. They're looking to defend their title. And we are off to overtime to decide who plays the Cobras to go to the finals. Was the difference maker Cade not just sending the puck back around instead of sending it down? That was Cade. It was one of them. But would the play have been to go? Yeah. That's what I was asking. Like, that would be the play, right? Minton to Babcock, Babcock snipe. Here we go. Overtime to decide who goes on. Loser goes home and their season's over. And it's going to be starting with a face-off inside the White Foxes zone as Johnson has it with Anderson over him. Johnson, watched by Anderson, but he's able to pull away as he gives the puck away to Matt Garb. Down for Cade Villio, but Cade can't take it off the end wall. Shea Bush controls, sends it down for Minton. Bad giveaway for the Blazers. Here comes Minton. Drops it for Johnson. Over to Minton. Drops for Johnson. Long shot. Blocker to side by Babin. Gibson onto it. Sends it down for Minton. A minute into overtime. Blazers have yet to control the puck. They had it for a moment and gave it away. Now it's passed back to Kim. Owen Kim. Long shot. Babin with a save. Now a puck tied up along the half wall. Cade Villio battling in their corner. Puck comes free. Nick Braun has it. Watched by Cade Villio. Now to Gibson. Back to Owen Kim. To Babcock. Lets it go. Babin fights it off. Loose puck. Now it's pulled ahead. Now with speed. In comes Anderson. Let's go of a shot. It's going to ricochet around behind the net. Now it's passed over to the near side. It's Elijah Villio. This is the man you want with the puck. He can settle things down and control here for the Blazers. He's on with Trent Villio, Arjun Chima. Here we go. Up over to Chima. Back to Elijah Villio. Elijah Villio down the right wing. Sends it back for Trent. Trent patiently picks up the puck at center. Minton comes on. Chima trying to get around Bush. Now it's Cade Villio. Quick change for Elijah there. Cade drops it to Trent. Trent down the right wing. Swaps. Anderson lets it go. Luda with the save. Comes over to Cade Villio. Cade Villio battling along Minton along the half wall. Minton steals it from Cade Villio. In with Shea Bush. Foxes call for a penalty. They're not going to get it. Minton pulls away to the backhand, to the forehand. Can't get a shot away. Chima has it. Over to Trent Villio. Sprung ahead. Elijah gets slashed. No call. Over to Minton. Back to Babcock. Babcock drives, shoots. Just got wide. Might have got off a piece of Babin. Back for Minton. 6:20 to go in the first overtime. Minton pulls away from Garb. Drops it back for Johnson. Little bit of a pick by Minton. Then it's turned over. Minton with great hand-eye. Garb would have been all alone. Kim sends it back. Minton. Johnson lets it go. Bobbing across. Back for Watt. Johnson. Owen Kim looks for a deflection, doesn't find it. Loose puck, picked up at the near side. Now with speed, away goes Elijah Villio. Elijah around to the backhand. Luda with a big save. Elijah thought he had it ended. Kim behind the net. Gets it up over to Minton. Now in comes Fraser Minton to the backhand. Falls into the corner. Puck's pushed ahead. Moved over to Chima. Chima plays it behind. Over Cade Villio. Trent replaces Elijah. Now in comes Cade Villio. Cade Villio around. Shoots one way wide and high. Watt sends the puck back to his own side. 4:40 to go. Up over to Gibson. Gibson gets around and makes a move to get through Chima. Now it's back for Nick Braun. Braun drives. Held by Trent. That's going to be called. Foxes are going to go to the power play. In overtime. Luda to the bench. Babcock. No, sorry, that's Minton. Luda wasn't even at the bench yet when Minton came on. White Foxes get away with another one in this game. That's what, the third or fourth call the White Foxes have got away with? Just call it as I see it, Ryan. No? Big timeout call here. 4:19 to go. And a massive power play coming for the White Foxes, the defending champs. .419 remaining in the first overtime period. Trent Villio into the box. Faceoff comes inside the Blazers zone. Type off the faceoff. Comes over to the near side. Anderson tries to play it ahead over to Cade Villio. Bit too far in front, but Cade's able to get to the corner first, but then gets his pocket picked by Gibson. Back over to Johnson. Over to Minton. Johnson. Back to Minton. Look for one of these two to shoot. Minton lets it go. Babin kicks out the pad. Puck all the way down. Minton slowly rolls back to pick it up. 45 seconds gone by in the power play. Up over to Johnson. To Minton to walk into one to let it go. Babin fights it off. Minton battling Anderson in the corner. Anderson able to kick it ahead, but Gibson now gathers. Gibson walks in, low shot. Puck up in the air, no one knows where it is. Over to the near side. Elijah Villio is able just to get it back all the way down. 3 minutes to go. 40 seconds to go in the power play. Minton slowly rolls it in with a pass across over to Johnson. Watched by Garb. Across. Oh, what a save by Babin! Turning, firing, saved again. Loose puck over to the near wall. Bush to Minton. Minton. Johnson scores! The White Foxes eliminate the Blazers on a come-from-behind victory. The defending champs are alive. What a game by Luda! As I said, watch for Minton or Johnson to shoot. Johnson rifles one past the glove of Babin with Trent in the box. So that'll do it. Your semifinals to determine who faces the Grizzlies in the championship will be the Purple Cobras versus the White Foxes. And that'll do it here from us from this day. My name is Dylan Grant with your play-by-play. Have a great rest of your Wednesday night.